everyone.
Welcome to our living room at Capital Recovery Center for coffee and conversation.
Don't be shy. Log in. We're going to have a great time this morning. My name is Craig. I'm one of the Capital Recovery Center here coaches. And today we're going to share some things. And we just want you to feel comfortable. Take off your shoes if you're at home. We don't advise
Grab your coffee.
Grab your coffee.
And please bring some conversation.
Oh yeah, that's a must.
Welcome to our living room. This is the atmosphere. We want you to be comfortable. And the reason why we say our living room, because we want you to be very at ease and be comfortable about anything that we discuss. My name is Mike. I'm one of the recovery coaches. And this is Mrs. Karen.
Hello, buenos dias. My name is Karen, and I'm one of the recovery coaches. I'm bilingual, so hopefully, maybe one day we can have a coffee and conversation in Spanish.
All right.
Nice.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it myself, even though I don't speak Spanish.
I still wanted to be a part of it.
Yeah.
But with coffee and conversation, we will have topics, and also if you would like to join us and be a part of the conversation, just click the links on our social media pages and you can be a part of the conversation. We will have particular topics that we will be dealing with, and after we have the discussions on the topics, it will just be generally an open forum. However, we will always deviate or be courteous to anything that you have on your mind dealing with recovery.
So one of the things we just ask everyone to be respectful of one another, and listen, don't be shy. If you have some type of time in recovery, please share that, because we're going to talk about multiple pathways of recovery.
Yeah.
And I'm one that's in recovery. I've been in recovery since 2001, and a lot of people think you have to be corny or boring to be in recovery. That's a myth, and don't let nobody fool you, because we have a lot of fun here at Capital Recovery Center. Yeah. You guys will see on our YouTube page, on our county page, Mike?
Yeah, YouTube, Capital Recovery Center on Facebook page.
Yeah. So one of the pathways that led me to recovery, I tried to do it on my own, and one of the natural way of doing it. But I found out I couldn't do it on my own. Some people, they are able to do it on their own. But I went through a therapeutic community. And it was very interesting, because at first I didn't know nothing about it. I wasn't a TC monster. That's a term that they use in the TC program. And I heard a lot of guys, fake it till you make it. But I wasn't the one that fake it till I made it. I was the one that just want to learn all I can and work on me. And so other people may have a different pathway. I don't know. Yeah. What was one of yours?
Different pathways, multiple pathways to recovery is simply that everybody, the way that I understood it at one particular time, I thought that everybody had to take the route that I took to get to the destination that I was headed. But where my mentor, sponsor, taught me, he says, if me and you are going to a building, I said, yeah. He said, we're going to the same building. This is the destination. He says, we got to be there at 10 o'clock. This is the destination that we have to meet. He says, but I'm going to go this way, and I want you to go that way. And when I thought about it, what he was saying that we knew where we were headed, but we both took different pathways to get to the destination. So multiple pathways to recovery is the exact same way. As long as the individual is getting to the same destination of living a life different from the life that they was previously particularly chose. I started in Narcotics Anonymous. I was going to the meetings. I have 22 years of struggling with a substance use disorder, but I have 12 years removed from that particular lifestyle. I started going to NA. I was going to NA so much that my wife would come and bring donuts to the meeting. And it became so, she wanted me to succeed so much that she started being a part of my recovery process. That's one of the things that recovery coaches do here at Capital Recovery Center. We are here to be a part of your recovery process. We're not going to do all the work for you. We're just going to assist you in the work that you have to put in for your life. But when I went through the Narcotics Anonymous, I was going to the meeting and stuff, and I still needed a little more help because I couldn't kick the heroin and addiction. So I had got on a Suboxone program. So my doctor put me on a Suboxone program, which helped me kick the heroin addiction. So I stayed on that program for a period of time, and then he weaned me off of that medication. So that was one pathway I chose. And then after I did that, after I chose the Suboxone programs, I built up my spiritual foundation. So I went through all those different pathways to get to one destination.
And that's great, because my destination, it was totally not so much different, but it has a similarity, because when I went through the TC program, for me, I did it for like 14 months, and I was blessed to do that. And we went through orientation, main treatment, and reentry. And so when I was in the main treatment phase, we went through what we call a core belief method, and that was the ABC method. A was the activating events, B was the behavior, and C is the consequences. Then once you graduated from that, we went on to reentry, where I was introduced to core cognitive restructuring process, where I learned some things about my triggers, urges, and craving. And that was one of the things that really woke me up into that, hey, if I remove myself from people, places, and things, and I reflect on the positive things instead of the negative things, I can be successful. And that's what we try to do to everyone who come through these doors. When we open, we want to encourage you guys that you guys can do the same thing. We want to pour into your capital. We want to build you up from a holistic standpoint. We want to let you know that, hey, we're there for you. We want to break down those barriers.
Break them down.
Got to break down those barriers, because a lot of guys coming home from these institutions, and those who are homeless, they face a lot of barriers, such as ID, housing, treatment, whether it's substance use disorders or mental health illness. We are here to be your support and walk you through the process.
If any of the guests, we have a few guests on there. If you have any questions, just come on, unmute yourself and raise your hand or something, and let us know that you have any questions. Thanks for joining us at Coffee and Conversation, because we want to have a conversation, and our topic today is multiple pathways to recovery. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask any of the recovery coaches, or anything that you might have on your mind at this particular time, you are free to do so today. Okay?
Yeah. And I was doing a little reading, and I came upon four issues that I thought were very important. Recovery capital can be broken into 4 areas. One is social, that deals with family, friends, group, and community support. The second one is physical assets like money and property, because a lot of people come home, they don't have that support mechanism.
That's true.
So a lot of people don't have family. So therefore, this center here, we're going to be somewhat like a family to you, because we're going to be supportive and helping you gaining some very important things that you need to be successful in your recovery. Also, human skills, educational, personal drive. We can't do it all for you. I can't do it. Mike can't do it. Karen can't do it. We're going to do it collectively. And then there's the last one that deals with cultural. What is your values and beliefs and attitudes linking social conformity and social behavior? Now, that's one thing I learned. I'm a guy that not only in recovery, but I also was incarcerated. So prior to coming home, I had to say to myself, what do you want to do? Are you want to continue down the same path that you once did, or you want to be a productive citizen in society. So I made that choice. So you all have to make that same choice, and we're going to be here for you. And so, also, I want to add on to some things that I learned while I was reading and doing my homework, because I know it was going to be live. So I didn't want to be up here fumbling and stumbling, uttering and muttering. So also, it was a key point. It says recovery is a process rather than an end state, with the goal being an ongoing quest for a better life. In essence, the more recovery capital individuals are able to access, the better chance they have for long-term recovery, growth, and maintenance.
You need that, because you have to, that's one of my favorite words right there, maintenance or maintaining. Because I always believe that to attain your sobriety is the easy part, but the challenge is to maintain it. So when you're thinking about multiple pathways to recovery, no matter what pathway an individual use, they still all will have to maintain that particular pathway. So maintenance and maintaining is a very important key. At Capital Recovery Center, what the recovery coaches are trying to do when we come alongside you is helping you in the area of maintaining your sobriety and maintaining your recovery. So it's always going to be a part where when you think about maintenance or maintaining something, a maintenance man in a particular building just makes sure that everything is upkept, everything is running in order. That's the same thing in our recovery lives that we have to do to make sure everything is running in order. Like maintenance on your health, maintenance on your peace of mind, maintenance on a lot of things, or housing, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and one of the pathways I learned just by studying is called refuge recovery. And I found that very interesting because they deal with a lot of therapeutic meditation.
That's a good one.
And so in Capital Recovery Center, when we open, we're going to have a meditation room, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to have some fun exercises that we're going to incorporate as far as we have a karaoke.
Yeah, we definitely love the karaoke. So do our director. She's a karaoke queen too.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Melissa, too. Because if it wasn't for her, this thing wouldn't be into existence.
Yeah, because this is our living room. This is Capital Recovery. This is our living room. This is where we have peace. So when we envision y'all coming through the doors and coming into our living room where you have peace, where you don't have to have all this worry. We wanted to just try to give you a sound mind and have a peace and come in here and do everything that you need to do to help you in your recovery process.
Especially now during the COVID, we've been hearing statistics where people have been relapsing because of the COVID pandemic and from substance use and mental illness. And so what we're trying and what we're going to do here is release some of those stressors. So when people come in here, they don't have to worry about the hustle and bustle as much as trying to figure out or navigate through life with a lot of things that they may not have all the tools.
Yeah.
Such as, because we're going to have a computer room.
We're going to have a computer room.
We got
with your resumes.
We got resume writing. I think Karen knows.
Different groups.
She's know about.
I can help you guys with like getting like an actual driver's license or an ID. You know, I'm pretty knowledgeable in that area.
Yeah.
I can also help, with the resume, and maybe we can like do like a dress up and maybe a mock interview.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Cool.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So you guys get the feel of what it is to be interviewed. We're here to help you. We're here to knock out all those barriers.
Yeah.
We want you to be successful.
And so, we want to give you that self-esteem, and we want to encourage you. We learned something. One of the things that we learned in our C-card training is that people don't like to be felt like they are object or a recipient. They want to be felt as a resource. And so we want to empower people, encourage people that, hey, if we can do it, you can do it as well. It's all in the mind. So if you put it in your mind, positive thoughts that, hey, all right, I may have failed on this area. I can pick myself up. So we want to meet people where they are, wherever they at, wherever little success or strides that you have made in your recovery. We're here to congratulate you on that. And hey, what better way than work with your peers to help and show some love towards one another?
Because we also have like the ability to help with like housing situations.
Oh yeah.
We have a few resources for sober living houses. So if you're in a situation where your living situation is not good for your recovery walk, we're able to connect you to different sober living houses, and then we're able to just assist you in that path of getting a stable foundation to live. Because honestly, if your living situation is not right, trying to work on your recovery is going to be kind of hindered, or you're going to basically have real low desire or hope to succeed in your recovery if you don't even have a good place to stay. Right. So we also can help you with things like that. We have different resources that we can connect you to, dealing with electric and gas and things like that. We're just here at Capital Recovery Center, and we just want to try to have you help you the best way possible. That's all we want to do.
And also, this is not a treatment facility, a treatment program, but we do encourage those who go through detox to continue on their continuum care with IOP, because a lot of times you may not get the number of days or enough treatment to further you along. So we encourage you guys to be a part of that, and so don't feel that it's mandatory, but we encourage you to be a part or take part in your recovery, because recovery is so important, and because a lot of people are affected. Let's be real. A lot of people are affected by some of the things that we do individually, because it not only affect the individual, it affect the household.
Oh, the whole house.
The whole house.
Everybody.
Whether it be the moms, dad, the wife, the children.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody is affected some way or another. And so we want to incorporate the whole family. Men, women, your children, because we know that it starts with the head of the household.
That's right.
Right? And so if the household is together, then the community is together. Yeah. And so if the community is together, then society is together. And so we recommend that anyone that knows someone, feel free to let them know that, hey, Coffee and Conversation is on every Tuesday.
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
And you're able to join and on a conversation. Yeah. All you have to do is click the link, and you can be a part of the conversation. If you have any topics, any questions, again, we're on every Tuesday at 10 a.m. And you can be a part of what we're doing. And if you have any questions in regards to recovery, listen to me. You can also ask questions for your loved one. Yeah. You don't actually have you don't have to be the individual who struggle with a substance use disorder or some type of mental health issues. You can always get some information for someone in your family or someone close to you, or be a friend. It could be somebody you probably just don't have a personal relationship with, but you know that is struggling with this situation. Yeah. So you can always tune in at that particular time at Tuesday at 10 a.m. for Coffee and Conversation. Yeah. And you can ask questions and ask us how to connect you to different things dealing with recovery.
Let's talk about another pathway to recovery, and that is MAT, Maintenance Assisted Treatment.
Yeah, come on.
And we just learned, doing our research, we learned that there is a place where we can send people who's going through detox. Yeah. For Suboxone. Yeah. Treatment medication, and Vivitrol. And so you don't have to wonder where can you go. We have the resources for you. And if it came down to if you need help with methadone, we have resources available as well. And so just look at us as a one-stop shop resource center.
For you. We're here to serve you, and it's one of the beauties of being at Capital Recovery Center because our purpose and our mission is to serve you. So wherever we can do in our particular community to serve you, dealing with something with a substance use disorder or mental health situations, we are here to connect you to those things. Multiple pathways of recovery is the particular topic that we have today that we have been discussing. And the reason why that's one of the topics that we like to discuss is because we all honestly believe that multiple ways people can get to one particular destination. We just want to get you to go from one bad lifestyle to a better lifestyle.
Yeah, and one of the barriers that we like to tear down is transportation. We know that our community in South Jersey, and for all those who don't know, we're located in Bristol, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And for our community, we provide service for, I believe, Cumberland County, Salem, and Gloucester. And so if someone that needs to go to treatment and they don't have the necessary means of transportation,
Yep.
we can assist with that as well.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We can assist with that as well.
Yeah.
And
So transportation not an issue.
it's not an issue.
Yeah, any excuse you have, we have a solution.
We have a solution for any excuses. Here at Coffee and Conversation, we let you know that we have a solution for any excuses. Woo! I might get the t-shirt.
I might get the t-shirt too. Let me get one too.
We have a solution for any excuse.
Yeah, we working on some things, and we just want to let people know that because we know that a lot of people are feeling the effect of the pandemic, but we want to lift your spirits and let you know that, hey, you know, things may be moving slow, but we're going to come to you virtually, and we're going to sit down in your living room, or you can come sit down in our living room and be virtual and just have a real one-on-one or a group discussion, peer-to-peer, however you want to term it, but let's be productive in our recovery.
And we also will have different groups. We will also have different groups during the week. We will have a calendar created where we'll be doing something every day of the week. We will be doing something that's dealing with recovery. And no matter who you are, we will have something that you can be a part of. Thursday, we will have something that all things recovery at 1 p.m. We're going to come up with motivational Mondays. I mean, we're loaded. We're trying to do things so we can help the individuals who are struggling with any substance use disorder. And today we're just doing Coffee and Conversation every Tuesday, 10 a.m. So you can be a part of us.
Yeah, and don't feel, and those who are going through the 12-step program, feel free to, come and join us as well. We don't exclude whatever path of recovery that you're choosing. Hey, we're looking for volunteers as well once we get started, because there's a lot of people who know stuff that I don't know. There's a lot of people know stuff that Mike may not know, or Karen may not know. We all work together collectively to make this thing work for our community. Because, hey, let's be truthful. A lot of people are sick and suffering within our community.
Yeah.
And so we want to restore families and lives. We want to put smiles on children's faces when they see their loved ones going through things and they are recovering. And so if there's anybody that's out there that would like to say something or be a part of the conversation, multiple pathways to recovery, please join us.
And also, even if you do not want to, because we are doing this live recording, and we are recording, and you still want to reach out to us, but you want to keep with your situation or your family or your loved one, you don't want other individuals to know, you can also contact us on inbox us or contact us so we can reach out to you, and we can do it that way so that we can connect with you and find out different things outside of this live recording to help you with whatever issues you may be having dealing with recovery. Again, it does not have to be you. Many people have reached out for me dealing with my recovery before I actually was able to, good word, grab hold of my own life. Once I was able to grab hold of my own life, the individuals who reached out for me, they were no longer having to reach out for me for help because I grabbed hold of my own life. So if you have to reach out for other individuals, then do so. Reach out to us You don't have to be at this live recording. You can inbox us. You can always call us 1-800-236-2448, and you can always get us no matter what.
And also, we have our Recovery on Wheels. Matter of fact, we live. We out there today.
Recovery on what?
Recovery on Wheels.
Recovery on what?
Better known as ROW. R-O-W. Yes.
So we take it on the road.
We take it on the road. We out in the community. We're doing the work. We're getting our feet wet. We're getting our hands dirty. We're in the thick of things. So if you out in the violent area today, stop by ROW. We're located on Wood Street and 7th. And so come out, and there is some recovery coaches out there that can assist you. If anyone that cannot make it, just give us a call, and we'll be glad to assist you in that area.
If anybody have any questions that they would like to ask or any discussion that you might like to bring up, we are open. Our topic is multiple pathways to recovery. However, we're open to any questions that you might like to ask or anything that you might like to discuss that's on your particular mind. Then we'll be able to do it. Our phone number is 1-800-236-2448. 1-800-236-2448. If you need to reach us, then contact us there. Again, don't worry about anything. We want to help anybody dealing with recovery. Again, our settings is being recorded, but if you have any questions that you want to spark or any discussions, please feel free to just ask us anything. We are the recovery coaches at Capital Recovery, the great Capital Recovery Center in Bristol, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And I want to piggyback on what they're saying. You don't have to be in recovery. I myself am not personally in recovery, but I do have, a person really close to me who is in recovery. So, like they were saying, it's not just the person, who's suffering from the substance abuse that suffers, but also the family. So if you feel like you need to vent or you need to say something, that's why we're here. That's why we set up this coffee and conversation, so that, any information, and also just to get a little bit of knowledge on and an understanding of what substance abuse is.
Yeah.
So that way, you're armed to better help whoever you want to help.
Yeah. So let me just share a little bit about myself, and I'm gonna be a little transparent, and then I just want to let you know that, like I stated earlier, I am in recovery, but my journey started back when I was about 13 years old. I want to experiment. First, I want to try a little bit of alcohol. And so, I was a little shy. I was telling Karen one day, and I said, my brother, he wanted me to talk to this girl, and I was kind of like shy. And then I took a sip of alcohol, and I thought that built my confidence. And I thought that's what I needed, and so I kept on drinking. And then later on, I began to smoke marijuana. We called it reefer back then. For the old heads that's out there,
Reefer.
We call it reefer.
Call it reefer.
Now they call it some other stuff. But anyway, so that led what is known as a gateway drug.
Yeah.
And so that led me to start taking barbiturates. And for those who old head that may know this term, Quaaludes. Quaaludes was what we used to call 714 Lemonhead. And so I'm not glorifying my addiction. I'm just trying to share. Let me say that again. I'm not sitting up here glorifying my addiction.
Yeah, we get you.
I want to share it to you because I was taught that in order for me to keep my sobriety, I must give it away. So I'm giving this away freely. I'm not charging. I ain't asking for no donation. But on a serious note, I started using barbiturates, and then later on in the 80s, that's when cocaine became prevalent, and that was my drug of choice, which led me into a spiral of life of crime, and from that behavior led me into incarceration, and I'm telling you, I'm sharing this because I want to help someone.
Nah, that's good.
I want to really help someone. See, I was at another program where self-disclosure was prohibited because there was basically treatment environment. However, here at Capital Recovery, we can be transparent, and so that when we meet someone that's in recovery and that looks like us, we can relate and we can share some things, and we could talk about some things that, hey, even though I did those things which I'm not proud of, but I have been learned some skills, behavioral skills, and I have learned that, hey, if you want to change, you can change.
That's true.
And if you put your mind to it, there are people, and also, let me just share this. When people see you doing things and trying to do things for yourself, they are more and willing to help you along the way.
You have a lot more people who are for you than against you.
Yes.
As soon as you go on that pathway of, I thought that certain people wasn't on my side until I started to change the direction of my life, and I realized they all was with me and they all was cheering for me, but I just didn't know they was there because I thought that my lifestyle kept me away when really I was keeping myself away. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things, multiple pathways of recovery. Again, what pathway you can put in the comment section whenever you watch this recording or whenever you're viewing this recording, put in the comment section what pathway did you choose for your recovery? What pathway did you choose for your recovery?
Yeah.
And then we'll go from reading all the different pathways that individual chose for their particular recovery.
Yeah. And so there's a list of pathways, types of recovery path. There's a natural recovery.
Natural.
There's a recovery mutual aid groups.
A mutual aid group.
Where people sit around your peers, small groups where people, come together and discuss and share ideas to, one of the things I want to touch on, when I was in TC program, I used to love going to...
What's TC?
TC is a therapeutic community where your peers are there. And so we used to go to what we call caseload. And caseload is basically like what we're doing now. And we'll sit around and we'll share some of the things that may hinder a person or may came up during the week or may want them to relapse or maybe want to act out in the behavior. And so someone may pull me up or I may say, man, I went on a visit. That's when I was incarcerated. For those who don't know, I went through TC program when I was incarcerated. And when I keep saying TC, I want to make that plain. It's therapeutic community. And so when we used to go to caseload, and if I tell a guy, I say, hey, Mike, man, I went out on a visit, man.
Yeah.
And, man, my girl, she came up and we got into an argument. And when I came back, on the unit, I was really upset. If anybody rubbed me the wrong way, Mike would pull me up and he'd say, listen, man, remember the tools, stinking thinking will lead to bad behaviors, things like that. And so right now, that's what we want to do. We want to change our minds to positive thinking. And I used to facilitate a group called Thinking for a Change.
Thinking for a Change.
Thinking for a Change. Life skills. We used to do all those type of group. Behavior mod. We were just talking about behavior modification, right? And so we was watching this video, and it just brought back memories where we used desensitization.
Yeah.
Method. And when we was talking earlier about meditation and therapeutic things, we want to go back into those good exercises of desensitization, where you can think of a calm scene, and you can sit back and
calm scene.
Forget about the hustle and bustle of the day. Just for today, we're going to think about recovery.
Yeah, just for all of the things that we want to be dealing with or that people are dealing with during this crazy time that we are dealing with right now. I mean, you might have a lot of real depressing days, or you might be going through something mental. You might just need to laugh. Sometimes a laughter will take you out of a very depressing mood. find things to have fun about, find things to realize that we understand people's present situations, but we also want them to understand that the thing that's trying to basically kill individuals that dealing with substance use disorder has never taken a day off. It never takes a break. It doesn't care about a virus that going on. It still wants to destroy individuals' lives, not only their lives, but family lives. So we here talking about at Coffee and Conversation, multiple pathways to recovery, is because we want to try to inspire individuals and let them know you can't actually take a break on your recovery per se, whereas though you just think that I can coast my way through my recovery. We want to let you know that you have to stay 10 times as aggressive as the thing that's trying to kill you.
10 times.
10 times as aggressive as the thing that's trying to take you away or take you away from your loved ones or kill you or destroy your life. If you're not as aggressive as the thing that's trying to kill you, it won't stop trying to get you in that ground. So thinking about multiple pathways of recovery. Another thing Craig said, I don't know if he said it today, but he talks so much. But he he said it one day. He said
Give it to me, man. Come on.
He said he tried something and it didn't work. And when he said that, I never let this left my mind or my spirit. If you try a pathway and it doesn't work, don't give up on recovery. Try another pathway. Yeah. That particular pathway may not work for you. So when sometimes people try a particular pathway to their recovery journey and things don't go as planned, they abandon ship and go back to their substance use disorder. We're here letting you know that if you try a particular pathway to recovery and it did not work, do not abandon ship on recovery. Try another pathway.
Yeah, and that's so good. Cause Mike, he mentioned, this disease this disease is trying to take people's lives 10 times worse.
Yeah.
Now, I'm a little old head, and I've been out of the game, or been out of the usage. I want to use the word game, but anyway, I haven't been in part of the culture, the drug culture, so long that I didn't even know anything about fentanyl. I was so used to morphine. When they talked about heroin use in North Jersey, they used to call it I don't know what they call it now, but they used to call it P-dope, and so they used to use morphine. But I've been doing some reading and studying that this thing called fentanyl is not only 10 times worse, they say 100 times worse, and that it is taking people's lives. And so what we're doing things when it comes to those who have OD or those who need to be Narcan. We at Capital Recovery under the Cumberland County Human Services, we have been recently giving out Narcan kits.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah.
And we were giving them out to the local pharmaceutical, Rite Aids and Walgreens.
Yeah.
I don't know if they gave them all out, but that is something that we need to know as a community, that needs to be, if you know someone that's struggling with some type of substance use disorder, you need to have one of those kits inside your home.
Yeah.
Or nearby, because, this thing, this opioid thing is very real and it's serious. And so we need more Capital Recovery Center. But let me let you know, these are the first Capital Recovery Center here in Cumberland County. We are the original under Melissa Niles. All right? And so feel free to join us every Tuesday for
Coffee and Conversation at 10 a.m.
All right.
Just always check. You can always go to our pages, Capital Recovery Center Facebook page. You can also go to Cumberland County Human Resources YouTube page and watch different videos dealing with different things, different subjects. And we're going to also have like pre-recorded videos that we will have a link out there if you want to need some encouragement, because a lot of times individuals might don't see the video as the videos are live. So you'll be able to watch it at a later date. So we're going to make that accessible to all individuals all over the world, because certain situations, I remember a few times when I was out there in the streets and doing my addiction, that I will come across a pamphlet, or I will come across a video, or I will come across something, and it was just amazing that I came across it at that particular time. And most of the time I was by myself. Like when I seen it, I'm like, dang, I think I better check this out. You know, and it was like something that alerted me to my own life needed a change. But those times, the reason why I'm saying that is because those times were already written down for you to come across that particular path. So if you come across this video and you're looking at it right now, it was meant for you to see it right now when you are watching it. So again, we're talking about multiple pathways to recovery, and if you have anything that you would like to say dealing with that, you can always just comment in here and we can let you speak and we can discuss any questions that you might have.
And I know we've been talking for a while, and if there's anybody that would like to ask us any questions, feel free to ask us. And I just want to touch on one time I want to go into recovery, and someone wanted to say something.
Esther.
Esther? All right. Hello, good morning, Esther.
Good morning, Adam.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Hello?
I
TV
enjoyed
remote.
the conversation. Everything so far that we've heard sounds very good.
Turn it up.
One thing that I want to implement, though, working for treatment program,
Yeah?
I've noticed that there's a large recidivism rate, and mostly because of relationship.
Relationship.
Yeah, you said because of relationship?
Recidivism.
Right. If they have a spouse or a girlfriend and they go out and they have who is run to their addiction.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's Esther from C-Car Training. Hi, Esther.
How you doing?
Huh?
How you doing?
I don't know what's wrong with my phone.
No, we can
I'm
hear
good.
you.
Thank you. I'm good.
Yeah. Now, you said a lot of recidivism is due to a lot of relationship breakdown and failures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first thing they run to, huh?
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
The first thing that I noticed is they run to their addiction and they right back in detox, right back in the treatment center.
Yeah. And you.
So sometimes bad relationships or unhealthy relationships will also lead to relapse.
Yeah.
And
That's excellent, because that's why we are talking about having that support network around you. Those type of if you have unhealthy relationships, it's like it's something that will push you back into substance use disorder. And how about this one? Probably either last week or the week before, I was talking to somebody that needed help, but they had a relationship with somebody who really wasn't wanting help like they did. One of them had the hunger to go for help, but the other person didn't want them to get help. So that relationship was hindering him from getting the help that he needed.
Yeah. And also, I used to talk to guys who, just like myself, was in the drug coaching and drug use coaching, and they used to say, we used to say, that cocaine was my girlfriend, at that time. And so we had to break down those behaviors or that mindset, because as you said, if you meet someone that's on a negative path and you trying to recover, and you early on in your recovery, you're right, that you're going to go back to bad behaviors, and you 9/10 of the time you may relapse. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's right. That's
Yeah.
I never heard of a program like this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
And no. And I wish that I was working at Cura. So this will be our group. Seriously, I would just kind of let the guys watch this and listen to the wisdom and the knowledge that you guys have, and the compassion. You know, the compassion. You have to have compassion
Yes.
working in this field. Compassion for people, compassion for the lost and the hopeless.
Yeah.
Which there is hope. There is hope if they really want to work their recovery. There's hope.
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of friends working in Cura. I lost a lot of friends. Well, not friends. They're clients, but you grow to love them.
Yeah.
Because every day you see them, and I lost a lot of them, and this is what keeps me going. If I say if I could help one person turn around their life, it will be worth it.
It would be all worth it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it will be all worth it.
Well, thank you for your
So I
compliment,
thank you.
and nice hearing from you.
Just check in. We're gonna everything that we have. You can always be part of it. We'll be sending you the links because we'll be doing a lot of things, and because of COVID situation, we're gonna be doing a lot of things online. So you can always join in and be a part of it. And we really welcome you to be a part of it. Okay.
Thank you so much. It's my privilege to be a part of this.
Nice.
I'm learning as I'm going along. Let me tell you something. I'm not a recovering addict.
That's okay.
But in my teenage years, I did some drugs. However, thank God, I never allowed drugs to take over me.
Thank
So I thank God for that.
Yeah.
But I do have a compassion for people who, are hurting, for people who are in drugs, for people who are, struggling through life in this sickness.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and I can definitely relate to that because it's hard to see. A lot of people have this stigma against people with substance abuse, and to me, honestly, it was something that I didn't know that was as common as it is. And it's unfortunate that it is common, but to me it was kind of like a secret that I had to keep from everybody because I don't know. So I definitely can relate. I'm learning as well, because sometimes that's why I don't really have much to say because I don't really have experience, like personal experience with recovery. But I can definitely relate if you see someone who is like in despair or is hopeless. To me, I see them a different way. To me, it's like, well, there's potential to be something, something else, somebody different. So yeah, I definitely relate.
Right. You're right.
And,
I just, go ahead.
no, you go.
I say it's just the compassion that you have for people, and I say anyway to myself, I say, but only by God's grace, I'm not in their shoes.
That's right.
Only by God's grace. But that doesn't give me, I don't look at myself any different from them because it could have been me.
That's
It
right.
could have been me. And I thank God that it's not, but I thank God that I could assist and I could help. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, I wanted to say what I was about to say to you. I just was telling Karen, I think yesterday, I believe. I was saying that the people who haven't experienced any substance use disorder are in the possession of some of the greatest coping skills ever given to man or woman. And the reason why I say that is because when you had the opportunity to do it, and I did do it, what were you thinking that made you not do it? Whatever that was, write it down because you can teach somebody about that coping skill. That's why I always love to listen to individuals who've never done the things that I did. I need to know, what were you thinking? What stopped you? What were you going through? How did you process it? Those are coping skills. That's what you have in your arsenal. You need to write those down because those are the things that you put into you, that you have in you, that you can teach other individuals. You are in the possession of some of the greatest coping skills that man or woman ever had. You never done it. That's the greatest test. I wish I had that testimony.
Yeah.
I never done it.
They got some of the values, and morals, and
you have
principles.
some of them. You don't never think you're less than a person that have done it and now living a different lifestyle. I need to know what you did or what you were thinking, the individual who never did it, and that's a pathway that you can teach the individuals. You are in great possession of that.
Yeah.
I never thought of it that way.
Me either.
I'm telling you, I
When
always.
you brought it to me, I was like, oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, because it was something going on. Because when I seen something, I processed it this way and I did it.
Yeah.
You seen something, you processed it this way and you didn't.
Yeah.
So what was that? What went going on in your minds that made y'all not do it? Because that's coping skills. That's a relapse prevention. That's if you write them all down. I'm giving y'all a book. You write them all down, you can have a book. People will pay for that.
That's so good because I tell guys when I facilitate groups, they say, I'd rather listen to somebody who walked in my shoe. And I say, listen, don't never discredit someone just because they never used.
That's right.
Because you can learn from many different people lifestyle, and their lifestyle is like Mike's saying, and like you all guys' testimony.
Yeah.
You guys are some great asset to the community. Yeah.
I think that's why sometimes it's a little discouraging to, well, for me, I'm speaking for myself, sometimes it's a little discouraging to like say something because I'm like, what if I'm told, oh, you don't even know how I'm feeling, or you don't understand it because you've never been through it, but seeing it that way, it definitely, kind of changes your mind. Like, oh, okay, I can still, help without having to, suffered that substance abuse, directly.
Yeah, that's the awesome. Y'all always have to remember that because what you want to do is, this is how I see it. When I see individuals who've never done that, when you're teaching from your perspective. So when you're trying to teach somebody or train somebody or whatever, don't ever try to do it from somebody else's perspective. You can only come from your perspective. Right. I won't understand it because I'm like, dang, I didn't process it that way. So that's why that's the jewel you have. That's the gift you have to help people on their pathways to their recovery. Because some people are going to say, well, I always think it this way. And you can say, listen, let me tell you. When I was faced with that, because you got to be honest, we're all in the same exact world. We all see the exact same thing. We all experience the exact same thing. We just did something different with our time. We all got 24 hours. It ain't like we have 26, she got 25, she got 29.
And our consequences.
We all,
our consequences, we always tell people, when you do something right, you're going to get rewarded right. When you do something wrong, you're going to get rewarded for the wrong that you did. So those who never walked down that path of doing wrong, you guys have been rewarded. Yeah. And so these are lessons that people who have done wrong should, adhere to, gravitate to, and hold on to it so that they can prosper as well. So you guys are very helpful in this recovery thing. Yeah. So, anyone else that need to
any questions out there?
Want to share?
Again, we do this every Tuesday, 10 o'clock. Coffee and conversation. Share the videos. Tell individuals about it. Next week we will be there. We will have a particular topic. However, we are always open to welcome you into our living. What our particular topic may be. If you have questions or you want to add on or be a part of what we're doing at our Coffee and Conversation every Tuesday at 10 a.m., you are welcome to be a part of it. Again, we were talking about the multiple pathways to recovery. Yeah. And if you're seeing this video at this particular time, no matter if it's on Facebook or YouTube or wherever, in the comment section, tell us what pathway you chose for your recovery. Also, if you have individual loved ones or friends or somebody you might walk past every day on your way to work that you know that's in need of some type of assistance, call us at 1-800-236-2448 and we will be of help to you and do the best we can. We are going to do everything we have in our arsenal to get the individuals the help that they need.
And we have people 24 hours, whether we sleep, wake, or not, we're going to provide the service because we have our work cell phones with us around the clock. So don't be afraid to give us a ring-a-ling.
Yeah.
All right?
And if you need any Spanish help, I'm here.
So that doesn't matter.
That.
Yeah, we always have it covered. We just want you to understand that every Tuesday we will welcome you into our living room, and this is where we have compassion. This is where we have things that we want to be a part of. We want you to be a part of. We enjoy helping individuals. I'm using a different word. We enjoy serving our community. We like to be of service to individuals, and that's why we are in this particular field, is because that's what we love to do. And here's our boss.
Hey, Miss Niles.
Miss Niles.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
You're muted.
Unmute.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. All right.
How's everything going?
Awesome.
Awesome. Glad you could join us.
Good. Thank you. I was watching you on the sideline here. I have you on my phone while I was doing my other meeting with the state.
All
So
right. All
it
right.
just got finished. So I said, oh, let me hop on.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's going
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. It's
Good.
it's an hour of
So anybody, go ahead.
It's an hour of coffee and conversation. That's all.
That's right. The hour of power.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your hard work, and thanks for everyone who joined.
Yeah.
And next week, I plan on being able to be there with you guys.
All
Cool.
right.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Sound great. And
Okay.
so, go ahead, Melissa.
I think she just.
She's done.
Yeah.
I'm finished.
All right.
That's it.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Bye.
You're welcome. All right. Once again, I want to let you guys know about some of the barriers that we assist with, and I just want to share this because we're almost done here. Is that when I was in my younger age, I ain't gonna tell my age, but when I was in my younger age, I wanted to go through recovery, and I couldn't afford it. But now that they have this Medicaid, and so if anybody that's need assistance with Medicaid, we can assist you with that too, so that you can get help and linkage to treatment as well. Even though we have some facilities that will accept you prior to having Medicaid. But I just want to let you know Medicaid is good because we want everybody to be healthy. So when you also don't see someone for your treatment, you can see the doctor for your dental and your wellness checkup. All right?
So again, don't forget, every Tuesday, 10 o'clock, we will be doing coffee and conversation. And we will have a host of things that we'll be doing periodically during the week. We will have a calendar out soon where you'll be able to be a part of anything that we're doing that you might not be able to make every event that we have, but you'll be able to tune into something that we do later during the week.
Yeah.
So again, anybody, if you know anybody that's in need of some type of recovery assistance, call us 1-800-236-2448. And it doesn't matter if you're not the individual that needs the assistance. If you make the first initial step to get some help for somebody that you know, one of your friends, or it might be somebody you walk past every day going to work, you can reach out to us and try to connect those individuals to the Capital Recovery Center, and we will do our best to make sure that individual will be served, because we are here to serve our particular community that we are in.
Yeah. And this is
Right.
the first
You guys,
group.
let everybody know that Roe is out there right now. Rose and Violent at Downtown Deli today from 10 to 2.
Yes, we touched on it, but we'll touch on it again.
Okay.
For those who may join us late, we have our ROW mobile vehicle. ROW stands for Recovery on Wheels. Once again, ROW. ROW stands for Recovery on Wheels. We're located in Violent on Wood Street and 7th Street and Violin, New Jersey. Come on out. If you see someone that needs help, bring them along so that we can assist them with all the help that we provide.
Thanks for joining us. Tune in next week at 10 o'clock.
Hold on, and Thursday is the All Recovery meeting at 1 o'clock.
Thursday. 1 p.m.
Yeah,
Tune
you'll see
in.
flyers.
So log in
guys,
and check
thank
us
you,
out.
everyone.
All right.
See ya.
See
Take
y'all
care.
next week.